Hello guys, today we are launching a space shuttle. So yeah, there's not really much to talk about here, so we're just gonna turn the SAS on and launch this thing. Oh, and if you want to see how this is constructed, I'm gonna do that at the end of the video when I'm gonna walk you through the design and take it apart for you so you can see how the whole thing fits together. Yeah, and it's gonna be a bit laggy until we get a ways off the ground and the space center unloads, but yeah, that's not gonna be for long. We're definitely gonna do a curb in orbit. Maybe we're gonna go to the moon as well. I don't know, I'm gonna make a judgment on that based on how much fuel we have once we get up there. Okay, so let's go. Whoa, nice lag. Yeah, but once we get off the ground it gets a lot better. Yeah, this is a kind of like the actual space shuttles in that it uses additional boosters to help get it into orbit and then uses built-in fuel reserves and engines. So yeah, kind of a two-stage setup, although it's more than two stages, but you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna finish our orbit with some of this internal fuel, but these will get us into space and help give us a decent start of our orbit. And yeah, it's still lagging a bit, I know. It's slower than I hoped since I'm recording, I guess, but this set of boosters is almost used up, and once we get rid of that we're gonna get better on the lag front. And it's time to begin our gravity turn. Okay. Yeah, and I'm probably gonna be taking this setup to the south or the north pole. I'm probably gonna go for the south pole. We're gonna land there. As to whether we'll have enough fuel to get back, I'm hoping that we will, but taking off and actually getting going after landing there is pretty difficult with a plane this big, so I'm not entirely convinced we'll manage to do that. But yeah, we're gonna try. We can definitely get to the South Pole and land there, and we're gonna do that. But first we're gonna do a basic test slash demonstration of this design. Well, yeah, you get the idea. Anyway, we're heading into orbit nicely. Those of you who don't know, you need to aim for speed of 2,300 meters per second, more or less, to get into orbit, provided you get the angles right, which isn't, and it's lagging a bit again. Yeah, I'm starting to think I really need to reinstall Windows, because it's been a while since I last did that, and the system is, come on, catch up. Okay, the system is really lagging because of it, and our engines should, yeah, cut off right about here because this stage has run out of fuel. Okay, turn these off. Yeah, and it always does that when you use vertical decouplers in this version. Also, incidentally, I heard something. well, I read something on the internet about there being new actual planets in 0.17 of this game. So, oh, and the landing gear is up. Yeah. You wouldn't believe how much effort it took to balance these engines properly. How to set things up so that the mass and is balanced properly and the engines are set up in a way that avoids the ship spinning out of control. You know, more usually by pitching upwards or downwards uncontrollably. Yeah, I finally managed to come up with a design that allows me to use these in space without losing control of my ship. So, yeah, we're about to make our orbit here. Oh gods, come on! Is it the recording software I'm using or what? That is so annoying. Or maybe it's all the struts I have to use to hold the wings together properly. Should try and get rid of some of them, but I kind of need them too. Okay, so made it into orbit. We've used a very small portion of our fuel. Nearly drained 2 out of 10 fuel tanks, and I think I'm gonna make a shot for the moon and do a flyby there. Yeah, I should have turned the other way. Okay, turning. Yeah, I have 2 SAS modules on this thing to help with that, but still. Okay, engine on. Do my compensating for me. Okay. And there we go. And yeah, I have a advanced SAS module for the ascent and space parts of the flight set up here, which can then be detached as I come in for the landing. So yeah, I found a workaround for that problem with space planes. Yeah, and that is a lot of struts. I should be able to get rid of some of them safely at least. Get rid of this. Set. Yeah. Okay, how are we doing there? Okay, fuel wise, still more than half our fuel left. Should be fine. Yeah, there's not a snowball's chance in hell of landing on the the lag, the goddamn lag. Yeah, there's not a chance we're gonna be able to land on the moon. That is really just not possible. But yeah, so what? We might do an orbit there though. Might do that. Oh god damn it, what is it with this lag? I have no idea, guys, why this is happening. I really don't. This is crazy. God damn it. Now I have to burn again to... Damn it. Guess I should have... That all too often. What is it with this goddamn game today? How we doing on fuel? Can we afford an orbit? I think we can afford an orbit. We can do our orbit around the moon here. And now we need to slow ourselves down, of course, to actually orbit the moon. God damn it. Yeah, pretty sure it's not the game, it's my computer. Maybe I have a virus or something. Yeah, this installation of Windows is really asking for the good old Format C. Damn it. Anyway, we're gonna do one full orbit and then we're gonna set up for our return burn here. Now, and it's lagging because it's switching to the normal view. Now we need to accelerate, and yeah, we still have great deal of fuel left, and the central stages haven't even been touched yet, although that is tied purely to the atmospheric engines and is for atmospheric flight and landing maneuvers. And yeah, there's really no chance of landing on the launch pad, not because I couldn't get close to it. I will try to land on the same landmass, I guess, but simply because, well, there is the lag, but I also don't have the skills to actually land on the landing strip there. Although, yeah, well, no chance of that. Just thinking it's probably best if we land on the same continent. Lots of nice flat ground there. Let's bring that in. Okay. And we're gonna have to slow ourselves down here and come in for our landing on the next orbit. Should make sure that we have enough fuel for that. Yeah, 1.5 fuel tanks. Well, 3 fuel tanks in total. Not a lot, but should be enough. Okay, let's watch our orbit there. Oh man, come on. Every time once you get a new installation of Windows set up the way you like it, it starts to die on you. And you have to start over with that new installation. Man. Sometimes I really hate Microsoft, you know. I really do. Sometimes. Okay, gonna burn again at our apoapsis. We should have enough fuel left for that. Barely. Yeah, I should have been more careful. If I had run out, that would have been bad. But okay, we still have enough fuel left, so we are cool for now. And we need to turn our ship around yet again. Shuttle. Okay. Again with the goddamn lag. Really sorry about that. Try to fix it. You know. Either my game installation has gotten fucked up, or what's more likely, my whole system is screwed. Damn. How low do we want it? 10,000 or so will do. And a smidge of fuel left, and we're gonna turn that off. And where are we on this? Okay, activate that. I have a feeling we're gonna end up falling way short here, so I'm gonna re-enable that and burn the last of my fuel to get us a bit of extra. Well, not too much, hopefully, but okay. Okay, so far so good. Should be able to land on the same continent at least as the space center. From there it should be relatively easy to recover the plane. As for this, goodbye flight computer. We're gonna go with the avionics package from now on. And yeah, we probably should put our landing gear down, just so that I don't forget. Lift, I don't need lift, not a lot of it anyway. We're gonna end up crushing our poor pilots with G-force if we pull up too sharply at these speeds. Not that they can die from G-forces and stuff, but yeah, when I tested this out, flying to the poles, it climbed into the 13-14 G's range when pulling up. You know, when coming in from orbit. So yeah. It wants to pull up. Should probably be able to get rid of some of these struts, and that should help with the lag actually. And yeah, lots of canards there, but I needed to pull the nose up, although that didn't really help much, so I might go back to a set of two. Well, two sets, that is. and that's our continent, and we need to be heading for the deck sharply here. Now we're slowing down in here. Let's turn on the engine, and it isn't firing because I've turned it off. Need to turn. And we want to be really careful with turning the SAS off here, because we can really screw ourselves with that, and that is probably the space center in the distance there. Pull further up, just a bit. This is about as far away from my heading, well, this is about as far from my vector that I want to turn. Okay, come on. Yeah, we want this indicator to shift this away. Oh no, this is the wrong continent, actually. Whoops. That's not good. Guess we have to fly ways then, huh? Okay then, let's throttle up those engines. We should have enough fuel to get there. Thought this landmass looked kinda weird. Huh, fancy that. Yeah, and we just have to hop out the pond there, and yeah, it's wobbling a bit, but don't worry about that too much, that happens. Should probably be good to add some more struts on the bottom here from these big wings here, and remove some of them on the top there. We don't want to fly too low because these are high altitude engines and they function better at higher altitude, so we're gonna pull up here and try and maintain our altitude, which the avionics computer doesn't want us to do apparently. Okay, and yeah, throw the landing gear, get rid of some air resistance that way. And these central sections are what holds our aviation fuel, so we're using these two right now, and then there's the central one. These are empty. I tried putting fuel in them, but that, for balance reasons, these have to be just structural fuselage, so otherwise it doesn't work. And as you can see, these are aligned with the center of this main module here, these two rocket engines, and that is what allows, along with the careful managing of weight, to keep the ship stable at least as long as you use the vectoring engines. Even, yeah, that's what allows us to use these without spinning out of control in space. That's the secret of it. This big circle here should be between these two engines. Though maybe those should have been a bit lower. But whatever, it happens to work, so it's good enough. Okay, 9 kilometers. It's fine. Can work with that. How are our engines doing? They're using intake, but they're getting just the right amount of air. Okay, optimal airflow, that's good. Decent altitude. Speed approaching the sound barrier, that's also good. And land is still ways off, but we should make it, hopefully. Think that might be land in the distance or not. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Unless you are watching on the big screen with high definition stuff, I'm not sure you'll be able to see that. If it's even there, maybe like this. Yeah, I think it is land, but it's really hard to tell. It's right there on the horizon. Let's climb a bit higher. Yeah, it does wobble some, but I wonder where that wobble is starting. Is it the wings? The main wings here? I mean, it looks like it might be. Certainly think that's it, but I don't really know. Anyway, if you want to add rocket engines to your spaceplane, they have to be aligned with the center of mass, just right, or nearly so. Vectoring engines can compensate for your mistakes somewhat, but only so much. You are gonna go spinning off course if you do it wrong, so be careful. Okay? Yeah, and we're halfway over the ocean, still have fuel, and yeah, that's land in the distance there. I can see it now more clearly. Okay, so far so good. We're having more or less a successful test mission for the space shuttle. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna land on this coastline here, and let's just forget about this space center. It's not like I'm gonna be able to land on runway anyway, and yeah. So, oh, damn, it means I have to turn the ship if I want to get closer, and I don't like doing that. With all this wobbling and stuff, and we're gonna lose altitude in the turn. But okay, let's try and get close to the space center at least. I wish there was some sort of a settings thing on the SAS systems so that we can switch them from avionics to space mode as we wish, and preferably other options as well. But if it's gonna happen, it's probably still in the future. And we've just about run out of this fuel here. Let's throttle down, only we can't really do that without losing great deal of speed. Okay, forget about that. Throttle back up. Suppose we can try and glide down if we run out of fuel. I really wish I knew what was pulling it off balance. If you have any thoughts on that, feel free to share. Yeah, these rocket engines, they're attached with the couplers so that this fuel doesn't feed in there, and they're tied down with struts. So that shouldn't be a problem. They're pretty well tied down. Top and bottom, 3 sets of struts. Or is it 2? I thought it was 3. What is that? Is that a broken strut? Or is that an unconnected one? Huh. Okay then. Yeah. I don't like our fuel situation here. Really don't. Entirely sure we can make it back there. Think we might have screwed that up just a bit. But okay. See, there's those mountains in the way, and if I can't make it over them, if I try and I can't make it over them, I'm gonna crash, and that would be bad, as you might well imagine. Speaking of future missions, incidentally, old Tom fell all alone up in the space station is starting to act a bit weirdly, and we might have to do something about that pretty soon. So, yeah. We might have a mission doing another rendezvous with the orbital telescope space station thing I put in orbit earlier. Well, I didn't show you how I put it into orbit so much as I showed you transferring crew to, and yeah, there's no way we're gonna have enough fuel for this, for getting over the mountains. Let's... Oh no, don't spin, don't do that! Let's turn the engines off. Okay, we have plenty of height. Computer, save me! Okay, this is what I wanted. Nice dive. Preferably a relatively controlled one, so that we can get rid of a lot of altitude in a hurry. Okay, that seems about right, although we're still ways up. 20 degrees sounds about right. Going in. Yeah. We're gonna have to pull up at about 1500 meters altitude a bit, and then we're gonna slowly even out to come in for a nice gentle landing. Hopefully, if everything goes as it should. Let's turn on our engines a smidge. I would like to have a little bit of power as I land. Can't do this on glide alone. Although, maybe I should at the end set ourselves up not far from the ground, point ourselves upwards, and then start. Yeah, I'm gonna do this without turning the computer off, actually. Yeah, maybe once we get close to the ground I could just turn my engines off, and sort of drifting, and the ground is pretty high up here. See the ground texture pretty clearly here. Okay, we are more or less neutral there, so let's point our nose slightly downwards and start heading in, but not quite as quickly. This craft is a bit finicky, so I'm gonna try and keep it between 0 and -5 meters of vertical speed. So hard to tell how close the ground actually is here. Not quite that close, so let's do that. Okay, that's enough. Pull up, pull up. Damn it, see how I am with landings? Just no, just no. Yeah, I really don't know what that thing with all the lag was about. I'll try to find out, but don't have high hopes about it. I'm really starting to think I should just kill these windows and start fresh with a new installation. Maybe the land isn't so high up here. It's so hard to tell, and in the darkness it's even harder. I have no idea how far off the ground I actually am. And there's mountains in the distance, which is just fine. God damn it. Yeah, we are really close now, and yeah, I know it's wobbling, but it should be fine, as long as we touch down gently enough. And those indicators are at our space center, and we're about 100 kilometers away, which is not that far actually. Yeah. Send the tow truck, please. And we're almost out of fuel as well. Are we actually... God damn it! Are we actually on the ground? You're... Oh, man. There are moments when I really hate space planes. For all that I looked forward to having them. Okay. That happened. Okay, let's check out this design. God damn it. Oh my god. Yeah, I prefer rockets. Okay, booster stage. 6 engines, 4 feeding into the inner 2, the outer 4 detach, then we are left with inner 2 as you saw. Get rid of that. Here we have the actual spaceplane with the computer system, which we get rid of. Wings. Yeah, you need vertical wings with control surfaces to help turn your ship. It's useful to have that. The main wings, these are wings attached to the rockets here, therefore there are main lifting surfaces, some winglets for additional control. Yeah, main wing, additional wing, tail setup, additional winglets. Our 2 engines here. and our main rocket assembly thingy with lots of landing gears attached. And yeah, that's more or less our shuttle design. So yeah, as usual, like, favorite, subscribe, leave your comments, suggestions, questions, and if you have any ideas for cool future missions, feel free to add them. But I would prefer rocket missions, not spaceplane ones. Yeah. After today, I don't think I like spaceplanes very much. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and